Hello everyone, welcome back to Super Mario 64 Remastered in Dreams on the PlayStation 4. It's been a while since I did a little quick update progress on this game that I've been working on, and I figured why not make another update video since it's been like 4 months since I did the last one. So there's been quite a lot of changes to this game here recently. For starters, it's now a multiplayer game, which I will show off here soon. I have as well finally added Peach's Castle, the inside of it. I will also show that. Let's see. Before 4 months ago, when you press start on the game, it did the intro. That's been changed as well. When you now select start the game, it takes you to select your character. And it plays the Super Mario 64 file select song when you're selecting your character. So now you can have the option to choose Mario or Luigi, play either or. And there is multiplayer mode, which I will show off here soon. Of course, once you select a character, it gives a intro for Mario or Luigi. It's the same intro from before, where the camera spins around the castle and spins around the pipe, and Mario and Luigi will jump out of the pipe. As well, in multiplayer mode, both characters will both jump out of a pipe, so like Mario first and then Luigi, and it spins around and then fades. You know, I could show that off. So let me just X out the game. Okay. So here's the intro, the new intro for the multiplayer mode. Hold on. Okay, so here's Mario first. And then Luigi. And that's when the camera, like, spins around, gets to here, then does the fade. And then that's when it leaves this game option and goes to multiplayer. And what's cool about this mode is you can of course play with your friend, and I think you can play with your friend online. So one player can be Mario and one player can be Luigi, and it's not split screen or anything. I've heard that you can do that, but I am kind of confused on that. If someone has any knowledge of making a game split screen, that'd be cool. But as of right now, you're sharing the same screen basically. And what's cool about this is the farther you get, the camera widens it out. It's like if anyone has played Super Mario 64 multiplayer mode, which is like a ROM hack, where the camera like fades in and zooms out. It basically does the same thing as it does here. So that's pretty cool. As well, Mario and Luigi also have an intro and outro when going inside of the castle. So if I step in front of the doors, there's a nice little intro for them, and then you select your character again. So there's Mario, and also inside of Peach's Castle. Took me a fucking week to get this done. I really wanted this castle to be really good compared to like all the other ones on Dreams as of right now. So we have the clouds, we have the paintings, and as of right now, these paintings don't take you anywhere. There is a trigger for them, but it just makes the screen black. As well, I left a little note, like I did for outside, so it'd be like, you know, a little tease, a reference, you know, looks much better than it did in 1996, you know. And of course, I left a little warning saying that it's not done yet. And this one's a reference. I just did this as a tease. Shoutouts to Simple Flips. I did it as a little tease. A little reference. I thought it'd be funny. Now I'm going to give a little nice slow look at the castle. I think I did a pretty good job. I hope I did. I spent a lot of time looking at designs. Looking at designs, looking at the castle in Super Mario 64, especially Mario Odyssey, and looked at some ROM hacks and revisions here and there, and I'm like, I kind of like this, and I put them somewhat together. I'm like, I like this part, I like this, and I like this, and I'm like smashing them together. And I was like, this looks alright to me. I like it. I don't know. I really wish I had the sun in the middle, because I know in Super 64 and Odyssey they have the sunflower rug with the lighting. I could make one, but I didn't really want to. So, but that's right now. I think it's pretty good. My favorite part is the corners here with the rug. For whatever reason, I really like this. It's just, I like it a lot. I will show you a cool trick that I've learned on how to make the ceiling light up, which is pretty cool. I'll show that here soon. Of course, the outro for when you're leaving the castle. Now, if anyone's wondering, why don't you just leave the player out here and then control them? I don't like it like that. I kind of wish you know, I could do it like that, and just like plop the character here and be like, alright, now you're in this dark shadow, whatever, you know. I like the fact that, you know, Mario or Luigi or both of them can like walk out and has like this cool cinematic view of the character, and then it'd be like, okay, now you can select your character. I kind of like that option better than just, let me just plop the character right here, then, you know, whatever. I don't care about them. I want them to have like a nice style, a nice intro, to where, sure, yeah, you're coming from one level to another, but with style, not just, here you go, I'm just gonna plop you fucking here or whatever, you know. I don't like that. I've also read a comment a long time ago saying from a guy who really wanted to switch from Mario and Luigi, and he wished he was like, there's a way, an easier way to switch between Mario and Luigi. So I figured, let me help change that option. So, let's say you selected Mario from the character select screen, and now you're here in the game. You know, I'm Mario, yeah, all that. But let's say, for whatever reason, I want to switch to Luigi. Well, I've added this pipe over here with a sign saying, to switch to Luigi, just jump into the pipe. And that's all you basically do. I jump at the pipe, and then you come out as Luigi. Now, if you want to switch to Mario, you just have to go back into the pipe, and then you'll be Mario. It's a nice little feature. It's somewhat confusing, because how Dreams works and all that. And of course, Mario and Luigi also have a custom intro and outro, just like in multiplayer. So Luigi comes in with his animation, and Luigi comes out with his animation for outside as well. Mario and Luigi also have different abilities, which I'll show off. So, for example, Luigi has somewhat of a slow but higher backflip. Luigi has a slow long jump that doesn't really take him far, but it kind of takes him a little bit higher than Mario's. Luigi cannot ground pound. So, right off the bat, Luigi has like 3 different changes to him. He can't ground pound, slower but higher backflip, and a slower long jump. And of course, I'll show off Mario. So for Mario, he can backflip. It seems to be a little bit faster than Luigi's. I think it's like a small difference. Of course, Mario has a much faster long jump, as shown here. Looks pretty nice. And he also has the ground pound, which doesn't really do much. And I've also fixed that. So before, like 4 months ago, there was a thing where if you spam, if you spam left trigger and keep doing his ground pound in the air, he would basically float, and that just pisses me off, honestly. That's why I removed it for Luigi, because I was like, this needs to stop basically. But luckily I found a way for Mario, but I never changed it for Luigi, and I just figured just to leave it. So of course, this doesn't really do anything. It's just like a effect basically. It's like, oh cool, he can ground pound, cool, you know. But this is honestly pretty cool because I was kind of sick of seeing people get inside of that cave right there and taking pictures being like, I found a way out, and then they'll be on top of the castle. And I'll be like, how the fuck did you even get up there? Like, how? That it makes, like, even I don't know how to get up, how you got up there, you know? But that's fixed. Sorry. And for whatever reason, if you're still trying to get on top of that castle, I put invisible walls around the castle. I don't want people up there. I've made a fucking, like, huge mess back there, honestly. So far, I haven't really changed anything outside of the castle. Let's see. I know for a fact that the graphics... Let's see. Because I haven't really changed any of the graphics or anything. Yeah. It's still at 53%. What I should do, honestly, is just bump up the graphics since I'm already done with outside of the castle. Make it a little bit better. But that's about it for outside of the castle. That I still need to do. For inside Peach's castle, I think I'm honestly pretty good. Because I bumped that up to like 82%. Now I could go up a little bit more higher. Considering the fact that I think that I'm honestly pretty much done with this castle. And got all the paintings, I got all the levels. So like here's the trigger zone for like level 1 for example. Let me just open that up. Look at it. So yeah. Trigger loading zone for level 1, and of course it's the same for like level 2, level 3, 4, 5, and 6. There are going to be 6 new levels. I'm not going to try to, I might try to recreate one of the Super Mario 64 levels, but I really want to try to get a new feel for this, so I'm going to try to create maybe 5 or 6 new Super Mario 64 style levels. I might have to draw it on a piece of paper. This is what I did for like inside Peach's castle. I drew what I liked, and I took pictures on what I liked, and I even saved videos on like gameplay on stuff, and I was like, I like this part, I like this, I like this, I like that. Like something like the pillars here. This was like inspired by the Odyssey version. Of course, like I left a little slant as well, themed like from Mario Odyssey as well. I thought that was pretty cool, and the reason why I like the rug so much is because it hides a mistake that I did for this. This is a little like trick that you can do if you like mess up on something. So for the tiles here, shown here, they are mixed together, and I could not figure out how to get rid of that. Like, I just left it there, and I'm like, I'll figure it out later. And then I figured, how about I just put a rug over it, and basically call it good. And so far, it's like the best decision I ever made. Because it actually looks pretty good. Now for the ceiling, this is a pretty cool trick that I've learned, and I kept looking around like the Dreams community, and I really want to share this with people because this was a really hard challenge for me. Out of everything here in this project, like for inside Peach's castle, trying to light up the whole room was a fucking bitch. I can't stress that enough. I kept asking the Dreams community, how do I like lit up a room and make it like fully bright and all that. A lot of people kept saying just use the light, like this light fixture thing. I did do that, but it looked like garbage. There's like a lot of shadows all over the place. It was a nightmare. It looked like a bitch. So obviously lamps aren't lighting up this whole room. It's basically the sun that is lighting up the room. I have angled the sun in the middle and added it towards down into Peach's castle. Now there is a trick or a way to have like the sun go through objects, and I've also, and this is like my little fucking dev cave hunt thing. This is what it looks like outside, by the way. I'm kind of thinking about putting like these patterned walls up, because there is a trick to get the camera outside. I was also thinking about putting like a little Easter egg. Since I'm out here, I'm gonna turn off the music. Let's see. I'll show the little trick, because I think it's pretty interesting. I was thinking about putting like some kind of Easter egg outside the bounds, but what you basically do is have the camera at the edge and then just jump. Oh shit, I didn't do it. Have Mara jump. There you go. And the camera's out of bounds, basically. I was thinking about putting like the pattern floor going up so you don't see the sky. Or just, you know, leave it. Call it a day, I don't know. I might do something. Put a little Easter egg. But back to the effect thing. There's this grade and effects tool that you can use that's in gadgets and then camera and here. So what I did was I raised up the brightness to 40%, and you don't have to mess with this, but I did. Everything else I did not mess with. Well, actually, no, I did not actually. Because here you can change the shadows, so instead of it being black, you can change it to white, and that really brightens up the room. But I just left that alone, and I just put up the brightness to 40%. And to get the sun to go through the floor, and this is fucking. Let me see. I'm gonna copy this and drag it over here. This is like an example basically, because this is like within tiles and tiles and tiles and tiles. It's a fucking huge mess. But I'm gonna make it simple. I'm just gonna copy this. So once you make like, let's see, let's actually turn it to a ceiling. So here's my ceiling. I have it down here. You can kind of see it's like dark and shit. So what I did was I pressed, let's see, L1 and X. I'm sorry, square. L1 is square on it. And open up the sculpture properties. And I change light from glow to never, and cast shadows to never, and that allows it to basically let the sun go through this and project like to never cast a shadow. As well as, I forgot about this, the sun. For the sun option, I choose to turn off cast shadows. Because, let me grab this and show you. If I turn it off, you can kind of see there's some shadows. I also like did that for over here as well. Let's see, I'll do this over here. I'll show it. So I have it on never as well, but if I turn it on, see it's casting a shadow. So if I turn it off, the sun can like go through it and show its brightness. But if I turn that off, it's not casting a shadow in here. Because I basically told the sun just to fuck off, I guess, I don't know. And for the ceiling, this is like a pretty cool trick that I've learned as well. If I go into a tile and look inside of it, I also turn the glow up to 12%. So if I turn it off, you can tell right off the bat it looks dark. So when I get out of here, so this is what it would normally look like if I just had it off. So as you can see, it looks dark as shit. But if we turn on the glow to like 12%, there we go. If we turn the glow up to 12%, it looks like the ceiling's lighting up. Turn it to 0, it looks like it's like black and crappy. So that's a like nice little trick that you can do when lighting up a room. Have the sun cast, like go through the object that you made and have a glow to whatever percent that you like. I like 12. It looks good. But you can like really make it bright, like, you know, fucking this bright, or 50%, or a nice 10. I would say like for a ceiling, 10 or 12 should be fine. You know, or 5. I would say probably do 12 if it's like super really high up like I did for this ceiling. You know, 12, you can barely see it. It's not that bad. But I bet you if you're really close to it, you want to probably bump it to like 5 or something. I don't know. But anyways, guys, that's all I have to show off for Super Mario 64 Remastered and Dreams. If you guys have any ideas, please let me know. I would love to hear and see your vision of what I can do to make this game better. I know there's been a couple of people's ideas that I looked at and I'm like, you know what, that is a really good idea, and I would add it to the game. So, for example, like at first when I made Super Mario 64 Remastered, I was just gonna do Peach's outside castle and call it a day, right? And then a lot of people are like, I want to go inside Peach's castle. I really want to go inside Peach's castle. And I was like, I had this feeling like I needed to do it. I needed to do it. And honestly, now that I have it done and over with, I'm actually quite happy. Me adding paintings and levels to inside Peach's castle is just like another thing that I have a feeling people are going to ask me, like, why is there multiplayer mode but there's no levels? And it's like, that doesn't make sense. Like, why did I add that? Why did I add that mode if there's no levels? But without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next video.